What is character? Bottom line, character is who you are. I have this expression that I like and I use often. Wherever you go, there you are. We can put on, as my elders used to say, we can put on airs for a few minutes or even for a good while, but eventually who you really are will surface. And you will eventually do who you really are. You will eventually, sooner or later, you will do who you are. Now you can do somebody else for a little while. You can do things that may make you appear to be somebody else for a while, but eventually you're going to do who you are. And that's the essence of character. It is who I am. It is who you are. It's the combination of those qualities or features that distinguish you from somebody else. It's the distinguishing factors or the distinguishing features or a description thereof of those things that essentially describe you. And if we take it further, it is who you are when nobody is looking. Reputation, that's essentially a public thing. That's who people think you are. That's who you are in public. Now, that may or may not be your character. That may or may not be who you really are. Hopefully it is, but that is if it's good. But that's a public thing. Character is who you are when nobody's watching. It's who you are when nobody is around. And hopefully the important thing about character is that promise-driven leaders are who they are in both public and private. And I hesitate and calm and slow down so that we can reflect on that point. I mean, this is not to suggest that every little thing that you do is supposed to be aired out in public. That's not the point here. People don't necessarily have to know about your bathroom habits. That's not the point here. The point is we're talking about, speaking right, doing right, saying what you mean, and meaning what you say, especially when you're interacting with other people, and especially when you're working with other people. And so you can see obviously the connection between character and being a promise-driven leader is simple. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character. You cannot be a promise-driven leader without having character strength, the strength of character. And just be clear that you may be gifted as a leader. You may have tremendous talent. You may be awesome in your ability in a certain area of your life. And talent is wonderful, and it can take you far. And it will take you through doors that many other people cannot get into because they don't have the same talent. But character will keep you in that door. Or weakness of character will cause you to fall back out of that door. And frankly, if we take a look at human history, especially recent human history, and you can even go back further than recent, you can go back through human history since humans started taking history, and you will find that people tend not to fall from high mountains of recognition and fame and wealth and fortune because they don't have the talent. They tend to fall from these high places of recognition, fame, and fortune because they don't have the character to stay there. Their talent gets them there, but their character is what keeps them there. And if you don't have strength of character, even though you got there, you don't stay. And when you fall, virtually never do you get back to the same height in terms of people having the same confidence in you. Yeah, you may make a few more dollars, like you did before, but in terms of people having the same confidence that they had in you in the first place, it just never returns. Colin Powell says it this way: leaders with character stand for something, a value, an ideal, a cause, a mission. They don't talk about these things. They demonstrate consistent patterns of behavior that show what they stand for. Character is about a leader's daily behavior and decisions being aligned with their character. It is about walking east and talking east, not west. It is about consistency, honesty, integrity in words and in actions. John Maxwell, who's written extensively on leadership, he puts it this way. He says, character is more than talk. He says, in fact, character is a choice. He says, talent is a gift, and for the most part, we have no control over many of the gifts that we are given by the Creator. Some of us, are gifted with fast twitch muscles, so we turn out to be Usain Bolt, and we can fly like the wind or fly like a bolt of lightning. But that's a gift. No matter how hard I practice, I'm never going to outrun Usain Bolt. Others can paint pictures. There's something wired in our brain that allows us to look at something and be able to transpose what we see onto a canvas. Others have been gifted with the right structure of vocal cords such that when I put my voice to music, it comes out melodious and something that people want to listen to. And no matter how hard I practice, when I put my voice to music, people want to run. And so talent is a gift. It's a gift. But character is a choice. And that's how you know it comes from a wisdom much greater than where we are. Because everybody may not be gifted at the same level, but everybody can have character at the same level. John Maxwell goes further. He says, character brings lasting success with people. People are magnetically attracted to people who have character. And he also says, leaders cannot rise above the limitations of their character. So character is essential to being a promise-driven leader. And character lessons, they get started very early. We're taught them as children. And oftentimes we forget them or lose sight of them, but they are the foundation of early growth and development in our households. Parents try to teach children's lessons of character beginning very early on. In a book, Everything I Ever Needed to Know, I learned in kindergarten. This is a book that came out several years back, and it speaks to the number of character lessons that get started early on in life. Things like share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that don't belong to you, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, and be sure and flush the toilet. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. That one I may have a little challenge around that one. I might say, as long as it's not all the time and every time, but it's okay to treat yourself. And then again, if you have a lactose intolerance, you're going to have to get soy milk or drink some tea with the cookies. Live a balanced life. Boy, what a wonderful lesson that is. Learn some, think some, play some, draw some, paint some, sing some, dance some, and then take a nap in the afternoon. Be aware of wonder. These are things that our parents and our elders began to teach us when we were tiny tots, and they speak to the development of strong character later on, especially if we continue to build on those initial foundational blocks. If we continue to build on them, they lead to building a strong character.